Hi y'all, this is Ann from ducttapeanddenim.com, and we are going to be painting frames today. If you were on my Facebook page yesterday, I posted a picture of some frames that I bought at a thrift store. I actually posted on Instagram and on Facebook, and I asked what color y'all wanted to see them painted, because it seems like everything I've been painting lately has been white, and I'm kind of tired of painting white. So it was overwhelmingly, the vote was for turquoise, and then a few people said red. So I'm going to paint the frames turquoise and red. Hope that's showing up good for you. Alright, and I have several different frames, so I'm going to actually show you, and we won't have to wait in between to let it dry, because I can paint each step on each different frame. Okay, but that's what the finished one's going to look like, except they're all going to be a little bit different, because with this technique it's going to be different on each one, and it depends on what kind of detail the frame has on it. So the first layer is turquoise, and let me tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing, because you don't need to see my face for this. You just need to see what I'm doing. Can y'all hear me okay? As you come in, let me know if you can hear me and where you're from. Make a comment so I can see if I'm going to be able to see comments today. The turquoise is this Americana Decor Chalky Finish. It's Treasure is the name of the color. And this is going to be in my Amazon shop. You can find it at ducttapeanddenim.com/Amazon. I've had this for a while because this paint really goes a long way. Hi Ruth! Thanks for making a comment. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it today. So, alright, if I can get the paint open. Alright, I've had this for a while. It's getting kind of crusty, and it's getting really thick. It doesn't take a whole lot of this paint. So, this size, I probably wouldn't get a 16 ounce again. It also comes in 8 ounce and a 2 ounce. So, if you're painting a lot of stuff, you might use this. If you're painting furniture, you could probably use that much. But if you're just going to be painting frames and jewelry boxes and stuff, you don't really need that much paint. Okay, so if I miss your comment, I'll have to go back every now and then and scroll back and see if I can see comments, because if I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, I'm probably going to get paint all over the place. And with this chalky finish paint, you don't have to do any prep. All I did to this frame was clean it. And I'm not even taping off the mirror part, because once it's dry, I can go back and scrape it off pretty easily. So this is the easy, pretty boring part. Okay, so Ruth says she's from Kansas, right? I see a few other people here. Come in and introduce yourself. Let me know where you're from and how you feel about turquoise, because that was the winner of the frame question yesterday when I asked what color y'all wanted to see. Which y'all know I love turquoise, so I always have some shade of turquoise paint around. Can y'all see that okay? So I'm not too worried about getting it on the mirror part. It's going to be pretty easy to clean it up. And I'm probably just going to put one coat. Like I said, this paint has kind of thickened up over time. I mean, it's pretty thick to begin with, but I think I've left it open for so long that it has started to evaporate and gotten thick, even thicker. Alright, so almost done. And I like to do things in real time for y'all so that you actually know how long this is going to take you to do. Alright, so that is it. That is one coat of turquoise paint on a frame. And like I said, I'm not going to worry about what I got on the mirror because it's going to come off when it's dry. I'm just going to scrape it off. Alright, first step, turquoise. That was pretty easy. So now the second step, wait, let me find a place that I can set this down without getting it all over the place. Alright, now I'm going to stick this in my water over here because I'm done with the turquoise and I don't want it to dry on my brush. So I'm just going to stick it in a jar of water until I'm done, and then I can go wash all the brushes at the same time. Alright, so this is one of the frames that I painted yesterday. And it's one coat of that turquoise paint called Treasure, available in my Amazon shop, ducttapeanddenim.com/Amazon. It's got a little bit of detail here. So now we're going to add the red, and that is the chalky finish in Rouge. So this is the one, if you have seen my blog, I painted a jewelry cabinet this color, and it was just shocking how bright it was. So it is pretty bright. But we're going to tone it down a little bit with some glaze after we do this step. So it's thick, not quite as thick as the other. And this, I'm not going to use a paintbrush. I'm going to use a palette knife or paint spatula or whatever you want to call it. This is also in my Amazon shop. And you don't put very much at all on the paint spatula. Just kind of tap it a little bit. That's probably more than I actually need even. So then you just start scraping it across. Let's see, am I getting that in there? And then tap it a little bit more. And act like you're spreading icing on a cake, except you're doing a really bad job of it. And it's okay if you have clumps like that, because you don't need to, you're not trying to get an even coat all over it. Oops, I got a little more than I wanted to there, but that's okay. You see, I'm not trying to do it evenly. And then on the flat part here, I can just kind of scrape it that way. But I do want to go back and get more of the little details in there. So I might have to put some like right on the tip like that. Alright, for those of you joining me later, do y'all have any questions? Did you miss anything? I'm just trying to hit all the details so it kind of pops out, because when you paint something one color, you don't really notice all the little details anymore. Oh, my air conditioner just came on, y'all. Because it's like 98 degrees outside right now. And I'm not gonna go turn it off because it will get hot. I'm upstairs right now and it will get hot up here really quick if I turn the air conditioner off. But the vent blows on one of my paintings, and if you hear something clicking in the background, the painting comes in and out from the wall and hits the wall, so that's what you might be hearing in the background. So I like the thought of you're icing a cake, but you're not trying to do a really good job of it. You're just slapping it on there. And it doesn't look very good right now, huh? But it's gonna look better, don't worry. This is really fun to me. Very relaxing. And it hardly takes any skill at all, guys. For those of you who think that you're not very creative, I don't know how much easier you could get. Just one solid color of the base coat and then just slap on a little bit of color on the second coat. And then the glaze is kind of going to pull everything together at the end. hoping I'm getting some good angles in there so y'all can see it better. And if y'all know anybody who likes to paint stuff that they find at thrift stores, would you share the video with them? I'd really appreciate it, because then more people can see my video and find my page and come look at all of our thrift store makeovers that we do. Okay, do y'all think that needs more red, or you think that's okay? I might add just a little bit more. And you know what? I can let it dry, and then after I do some more on the others, I might decide if I want more or not. Oh, I think I kind of like it with a little bit more like that. All right. So I'm going to let that part dry now. I think that's good. And let me put that in the water and cover up this paint, because this paint will dry out, so you gotta, don't just leave it open. All right, now this is the one that I did yesterday. And both layers have dried. The turquoise is dry and the red has dried. So this was a mirror. Yeah, this was a mirror also, and it came out really easy, so I took it out. It wasn't like the first one that I did. So now we're gonna do the glaze on that one. And the glaze, I'm mixing brands today. One, to show you that you don't have to stick with the same brand over everything, and two, just because this is what I have. And neither one of these brands is sponsoring this video, so I do work with both of these brands, but they're not sponsoring this video, so I'm mixing the paint brands together. So this is Country Chic Paint Furniture Glaze in Graphite. And you saw me use this a few weeks ago on a little jewelry box that was white. I think the color was actually cheesecake. And this you can find at ducttapeanddenim.com/glaze. And this, guys, is a lot of fun. It's much thinner than the paint, but it's really dark. So it's going to be kind of scary when it first goes on. So what you need is a brush. Oops. Let me see, where did my brush go? Actually, let me wash out this brush that I just used, because I don't know where my other brush is. Oh yeah, here it is right here. So it's a little bit bigger. It's a 1.5 inch. I like the angled brushes. I think they call them sash brushes. I like the angle just because it's easier to work with. And either 1 inch or 1.5 inch. And you just stick it in the glaze and then brush it on. This, again, doesn't require a whole lot of skill. The only thing you got to make sure is that it gets down in all those little details. So you kind of want to pounce it a little bit so that it gets down in there. And then you take your rag, let's see, take your rag and wipe it. Alright, let me keep going. Did I tell you the color? The color is Graphite. And you just kind of slap it on there. You just don't want to let it dry, but the glaze has a longer drying time. It doesn't dry as fast as the paint, so you have a little more time to work with. So I'm going to do like half of it and then before I wipe it down. And then I'll do the other half. Alright, so it is pretty dark and scary looking. Oops, I scratched it because I had a piece of dried paint on that rag. Not the look I was going for. So I may come back and touch that up and then glaze over that part again. But like I've told y'all before, that's kind of the beauty of painting thrift store finds, because what did I pay for this? I think I paid $2 for the mirror. And it's just paint, so I can easily go back over that and just cover that little piece up right there, and then go back and glaze over it and make it match. But if I messed it up really, really bad and it turned out horrible and I hated it, I could just donate it back to Goodwill. And there have been a few like that. I did a jewelry box a couple of years ago, and I think I painted it 3 different times, guys, because I could not. I was trying out some new techniques and stuff, and finally I decided, you know what, I'm just going to donate it back, because I was so sick of looking at it that I didn't want to paint it again. So just be brave and try stuff. Alright, and get messy. Did y'all ever watch Magic School Bus with your kids? I liked Mrs. Frizzle because she would say, get dirty, get messy. And that's kind of what I do, is I just try stuff, different techniques, try it out. I get messy, I get dirty. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I kind of like this, other than the scratch. So I'll probably, like I said, go back and touch that up. And then you can take off as much of the glaze or as little of the glaze as you want. And if you want it really dark, you can come back and add more to it. It's just, that's where you can be artistic, is you can add as much or as little as you want. Alright, so as I finish up here, do y'all have any questions? Did you hear where to get the paint? The glaze is at Country Chic, and that is at ducttapeanddenim.com/countrychic. And the other paint is Americana Decor, and that's my Amazon shop, ducttapeanddenim.com/Amazon. So, see, there's my boo-boo right there. Because I didn't, I used an old rag, and I should have used a new rag, and the old rag had a little piece of dried paint already on it, so it's scratched. So I will fix that, and I will post pictures of the final things later. So that's what that one looks like. Let's see. I don't think the other one I did is not quite dry enough. But here, let me show you the one that I did yesterday. So this is still my favorite because it has a lot more detail. So see what they look like together. I'm gonna do like a whole arrangement, like I think 5 different frames in this pattern, and they may be at Paris Flea Market next month, or they may be in my Etsy shop. I don't know. So let me know if y'all like it, and do you have other color combinations that you think I should try? Because I still have, oh, and for those of you who are here, let me just show you the other frames I have. Let me wipe some of this stuff off my hands. Okay, Felice wanted to see a gold leaf frame, and I have this frame. Isn't that incredible? This is a really old frame. It's old and dusty right now. I need to clean it up and see what it looks like, but it's got some chips and stuff on it in different places, so I'm thinking about going and gold leafing this whole thing. What do you think? Oh, look, there's you. So this may be my gold leaf project. And I have this, look, 25 cents, one of those old just metal frames, so I think I'm going to paint that too. We'll see how that does. In fact, I may use the same technique and see how it does on a metal frame. We'll try that out. Okay guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing. And make sure you sign up to get notifications so you'll get a notification next time I go live. I'm going to try to do these on Tuesday and Thursday. So I'll be back on Thursday, and hopefully I will have some jewelry boxes to show you. The paint pour jewelry boxes that I did on a Facebook Live a few weeks ago, and I still haven't finished them, so I've got to get to painting. Thanks for joining us. Bye.